If your mix sounds dead, like it's all happening within a closet, then I'm about to show you a really simple and easy way to bring back a sense of 3D space and life to your mix. I'm going to show you how to choose the right tools, how to set up your session in the best way, and how to fix a dead sounding mix. Let's get started. So one reason a mix like this might sound dead is if there's no reverb applied throughout the mix. And this happens a lot of times when you record in a very dead environment and the mix doesn't really call for these big, lush ambiances. We don't really want a huge reverb that adds to the mix. We just want to lift up what's there and give it a better sense of realism and 3D depth. Take a listen to this mix before we apply anything.
Hey, shorty hit my line like I'm locked up. Yeah, gotta chase the bag, they can stop us. Hey, I can never ever go and love you. Yeah, I heard that you love me, girl, I'm over you. Hey.
Now the mix doesn't sound terrible as is, but it definitely sounds dead. Everything sounds really dry and it doesn't have that sense of liveliness to it. Now I want to clarify something really quick. If your mix sounds like this, I'm going to apply this EQ on the master just for demonstration purposes. If your mix sounds like this,
hey, shorty hit my line like I'm locked up. Yeah, gotta chase the bag, they can stop us. Hey.
Then the problem isn't that you have a dead sounding mix. The problem is you have a dull sounding mix. And that's a completely separate problem. We've made some videos. I'll link them in the description below to help you with that. What you need to do there is work on your tonal balance, introduce some high-end sizzle, and make sure that everything is balanced spectrally within your mix. So that's a dull mix. That's not what we're talking about in this video. In this video, we're talking about a dead mix, which is one where everything is just too dry. And what starts to happen is everything sounds flat. There's no front to back depth.
Hey, shorty hit my line like I'm locked up. Yeah, gotta chase the bag, they can stop us. Hey, I can never ever go and love you. Yeah.
So the way we're gonna fix this is with some ultra realistic room reverbs. So the first thing we'll do is we'll create an aux track. And this one we've created is called Room. We've got bus 10 routing into it. And we're gonna load up Supernova on this track. And here's the part we need to get creative with. We need to decide which elements are gonna go into this room effect. See, we don't wanna just send everything into the room. Otherwise, we're gonna have the same problem that we do right now. We're not gonna have that front to back separation and depth in the mix. Everything is just gonna be pushed back or pulled forward. So instead, we need to choose specific elements that we need to add more ambience to. So the one that comes to mind is all these vocals. I'm gonna send these to bus 10. There's a couple other elements that might be able to use some ambience. These guitars could definitely use a little bit more space to kind of push them back a bit more, but they might need a little bit less than the vocals. So instead of sending those at 0, I might send them maybe around -6. Let's see about some of these drums as well. I would usually avoid kick and snare in this kind of mix, sending it to a room, but something like this top loop and this hat loop, I think it could be nice to kind of give those a little lift with the room. So we'll send those as well, but maybe just a little bit there. We don't want to send too much. So now that we've sent a bunch of elements into this room track, now we need to set up the actual room. And for this trick to work, we need this room to sound ultra realistic. It can't sound artificial or fake in any way. And so that's why we're going to use these room algorithms in Supernova. These sound incredibly lifelike, and especially when you use them in realistically lower times. So let's take a listen to what this sounds like. For this, we're going to mute the delay, so we're only getting the room reverb. And already we're getting a really natural sound. I'm going to use a little bit less pre-delay, make it sound like a little smaller space. And then I'm going to play around with this depth. I'm probably going to dial this back to get a little bit less depth. We want the sound a little clearer, more closer to the listener. And we want to hear that space kind of pushing things back.
Locked up, yeah, gotta chase the bag, they can stop us. Hey, I can never ever go and love you. Yeah, I heard that you love me, girl, I'm over you. Hey, I heard that you love me, but I'm over you. Yeah, all of my love is overdue. Hey, I heard that you love me, but I'm over you. Yeah.
So I'm liking how this sounds, but now in order to get this to sound realistic, we need to blend it back in with the rest of the elements that we're applying it to. So I'll start by soloing those all out. I'm just gonna bring this room track up very carefully until we start to feel like we're adding that sense of space.
Locked up, yeah, gotta chase the bag, they can stop us. Ay, I can never ever go and love you. Yeah, I heard that you love me, girl, I'm over you. Ay, I heard that you love me, but I'm over you. Yeah, all of my love is overdue. Ay.
So as we bring this track up, we can instantly hear how things just come to life a little more. They just sound a little more natural and less stark and dry.
Locked up, yeah, gotta chase the bag, they can stop us. Ay, I can never ever go and love you. Yeah, I heard that you love me, girl, I'm over you. Ay, I heard that you love me, but I'm over you. Yeah, all of my love is overdue. Ay.
So if we listen just to the vocal here, what it sounds like with and without the reverb.
Locked up, gotta chase the bag, they can stop us. I can never ever go and love you. I heard that you love me, girl, I'm over you.
So when we take away the reverb, we really miss it. We miss that sense of realistic space. It just goes back into sounding like it's coming from a closet instead of being in a more natural room environment.
Locked up, yeah, gotta chase the bag, they can stop us. Ay, I can never ever go and love you. Yeah, I heard that you love me, girl, I'm over you. Ay, I heard that you love me, but I'm...
So we're adding this kind of subtle ambient lift to the track. It's not meant to be something super extreme that you can easily pick out. It's meant to be something more that you feel. You feel like the space just kind of opens up in the mix a little bit and creates a more natural feel. And this is a trick I like to use on not just a track like this, but really any genre. It works great on singer-songwriter. If you've got just a guitar and voice and you want it to sound more natural, you can try a setup like this and it'll put them in a more realistic room environment. It's really great anytime you want to liven up a mix without getting super obvious with the reverb. This is a go-to. So to recap, here's the steps we did. So number one, create a room aux track and load a realistic room reverb on it. I like Supernova's rooms for this. They're incredibly realistic, but you can use any room reverb. Then feed various elements of your mix in various amounts into this room. We don't want to feed everything into it, but we can pick a few key elements that really need to be lifted up. In this case, we picked vocals, a couple guitars, and a couple of these percussive elements. And this is something you can experiment with. Try different elements to see what works best for a particular mix. Then we simply bring up the aux track level until we start to hear that mix open up, but before it becomes really obvious that we've added a bunch of reverb.
Locked up, yeah, gotta chase the bag, they can stop us. Ay, I can never ever go and love you. Yeah, I heard that you love me, girl, I'm over you.
And the result is just like this, a more lively, natural sounding mix that has a little bit more sense of space without getting super obvious with the reverbs we're using. So try this out in your next session, the next time you want to give your mix a little bit more 3D feel. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe for more tutorials like this, and as always, happy mixing.